Hello, my name is Reza Sukma. I'm from SMK Malang. First, Om si Kalabang si Kalat. Iya. Iya.
Masih kikon ngisi kon dicek.
Ora dicek kok. Anu ya delay ya. Amit. Delay. Amit. Loh ya, macet-macet. Biasa ya untuk buku-buku. Tamu tes.
Ayo baiknya.
Enggak ngerti, Cik.
Stop.
กันค่ะกันค่ะค่ะได้ค่ะ095 249 1157ค่ะใช่ค่ะมาแล้วค่ะ
กูให้กำลังใจเต็มที่
เทแล้ว ถ้าเราเปิดกล้องนี่ดีเปิดกล้องดิ
ได้ยินเสียงจิ๊บในหูฟังแล้ว โอเคผ่าน
ได้ยินใช่ป่ะหลอกพูดดิ
แสดงว่าอินโดนีเซียก็ได้ยินภาษาไทยมาหมดแล้ว ได้ยินไหม
ได้ยินปะ
ใช่ มันก็กล้องกันอยู่อย่างเงี้ยเปิดกล้อง โอเค
เห็นปะ
โอเค
เห็นไหมเห็นเราไหม
ยังไม่เห็นเลย อ้าว โอ้ไม่เห็นจิ๊บอ่ะ
ปิดไปแล้ว
ไม่หรอก
อะไร
ไม่
แล้วพันอยู่ให้บอกการเปิดกล้องดิ
เปิดไม่ได้
เออ
ไม่มีกล้อง ครับจ้าไม่มีครับ ไม่มี
จริงอ่ะ
จริง
เราต้องเปลี่ยนอีกแล้วนะ
เห็นปะไม่มีแค่ทำร้ายจิตใจกูจังเปล่าครับเปิดแล้วครับ
ใครเป็นส่วนเกินเนี่ยส่วนเกินเป็นชะโงกอยู่ข้างหลังนั่นแหละดูไม่เห็นไม่เอาค่ะไม่เกี่ยวแต่ถ้าหาที่จริงก็หาคนที่มันช่วยหาข้อมูลได้ไม่รู้ว่ารูปแบบเป็นยังไง
ปิดกล้อง
ลองดูก่อนเดี๋ยวเอกสารที่หากันเอาไว้เราต้องเอามาไว้เพื่อดูกันเอามาไหมติ๊กไหม
ไม่เป็นจริงครับ แต่ว่าลองในโน้ตบุ๊ก
คือถ้าติ๊กก็คือจะได้ถ่ายแบ่งกันดู
เช็ค
โทรศัพท์ถ้าสมมติเจอคำศัพท์ตัวไหนที่เราเริ่มแปลไม่ได้ใช้โทรศัพท์กับแบบนี้นะมันจะได้เร็วขึ้น
เฮ้ยตกใจ
เออก
ระเป๋า
ไม่ใช้เราเก็บไปเพราะว่าเดี๋ยวพอเวลาเราจะได้แต่มันจะ มีสองที่ว่าสองอันอยู่ด้วยกันทำไมอ่ะนี่ที่การลงมาเอามาเราจะไปแล้วเราเข้าให้สมองพ่อที่เราเป็นในฐานะ
ใส่ธนาคารมาครับไม่เป็นไรครับเสร็จแล้ว
เฮ้ยวันพรุ่งนี้มันเป็นวันมาค่ะแต่ว่าตารางเรามีนะ
พรุ่งนี้ก็มี
จริงนะคุยไปแล้วเหมือนกัน
ยกขึ้น
เนี่ย
ครับ
หลายวันหลายโมงครึ่งก็มา
บอกสิแม่ก็
Hello, Simia Biotrop. Simia Biotrop, hello. Can you hear me?
โพสต์มาแล้วซีมีโอมา
แล้วจบเอง
Tes. Cek sound, cek sound. Ini sampai sing bikin apa itu? Oke. Oh. Bisa mana? Jadi gue bikin. Halo, saya Molek. Halo, Mas Ruli.
Tes.
Oke. Suara saya jelas, Mas ya?
Di sini ya? Gak mau.
Hi everyone, can you hear our voices? Hello, check sound. Can my voice be heard? Yes, halo, Assalamualaikum Mas Ruli.
Halo Mas Haris. Halo.
Mas Ruli.
Ya, can you hear me? Bisa dengar suara saya, Mas?
Loud and clear.
Yes, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Oh iya.
Ini udah mute. Unmute ya?
Belum
Udah
itu
mute.
belum masih bisa aja. Itu kalau gitu kayak
Ingin nggak?
Bisikan tadi.
Okay, everyone, we will begin in approximately 5 more minutes to give more time for other people to join in. And for those of you who have joined but not joined the audio, the voice conference. Okay, thank you.
Halo.
Oh, enggak, satu aja.
Ini kan ini, nggak paling udah tambah. Ini kan ada
Tes.
Masuk suara dia.
Ada.
Bukan, ini videonya, Dok.
pakai bahasa Inggris ya. Kita lihat aja dia pakai bahasa apa.
Okay, so we will start our session. Can everyone hear me already?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, nice. We can start now?
Yes, please start my meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone, good afternoon, and nice to finally meet you all in this first session of our online training on urban agriculture. Well, first of all, let me introduce our team here. Uh, Here we have Mbak Riana Hartati. She's the coordinator of this online training, and I am Harit Cahyanugraha. I act as the technical assistant for this program, and also we have Pak Miki here for the supervisor of the overall webinar program. Okay, so today we will have actually two sessions. The first one is the orientation session. We will give you an overview of what we will learn, what is this workshop about, what is our goal, and the purpose of this workshop. And then after that, perhaps the orientation will take about maybe half an hour or so. And then after that, we will have Dr. Idrika Mansur with our first lecture on the introduction of urban agriculture itself. So before we begin, I believe that you all have joined the last session on how to operate the Webex platforms, and these are the rules that we have shown before, and we hope that you again follow these rules. Okay. Okay. So here we are talking about the online training on urban agriculture. And here we have the website on creativecamp.cmu.org/workshop/urban agriculture. Okay, perhaps these are the video conference rules. Make sure that you follow it. The username format to join the Webex should be the school name under dash first name, or school name dash name 1 plus name 2 plus name 3, etc. And please use only one computer to log into the Webex system and connect to the projector if possible. We suggest that all students to be in one room so the students will clearly see the presentation on a big screen. Okay, maybe Mbak Riana can continue?
About workshop, if students cannot join the Webex meeting on schedule, students can view previous lecture from the video recording in the Creative Camp website. We encourage everyone to attend the live session. To get the certificate, they must be able to develop an action plan as their final assignment.
Yes, we know that not everyone can join the live session, but we highly encourage everyone to do so. As in the live session, we will have a live discussion, and then we also encourage you to share your best practices. As I know, I have already seen the registration form, and that some of you, almost every one of you, have already implemented some technologies on urban agriculture, and we really encourage you to share those practices among us so we can learn from each other. So once again, we highly encourage everyone to attend the live session. Okay.
Total participants, 110 teams or 585 participants, students and teachers from Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, and Malaysia. List of participants can be viewed at this link.
creativecamp.cmu.org/participants. Well, that's a lot of participants, and we hope everyone can survive in this online training. Okay. Okay. Next one.
In background, urban agriculture can be interpreted as farming activities that are implemented in the urban environment, which usually have limited area. A solution for farming in a limited area can be achieved through intensive, efficient, and innovative ways of farming. 3 various technologies and solutions have been developed to address such issues, such as hydroponic, aquaponics, verticulture, or even conventional waste planting that can be done in limited area conditions. Raised bed, pot gardening using rooftop, etc.
Yes, there are actually many technologies that will be used in urban agriculture, and we will cover some of it, not all of it because we will not have enough time if we learn all of it, but we will try to cover some most basic and mostly used technologies in urban agriculture in this online training.
Objective of the online training: enhance the awareness and understanding of target participants about the basic concepts of urban agriculture, provide participants with working knowledge and several urban agriculture technologies that could appropriately implement according to their existing local condition and environment, share practices and develop innovative projects among the participants.
Okay. So once again, our objective here is to enhance the awareness and understanding, and also the most important thing is to share practices and develop innovative projects among the participants. So we really hope that the knowledge not only come from us to you, but we also hope that you who have implemented the technologies of urban agriculture can share it with us also.
The output for schools that are already implementing a particular urban agriculture technology or a combination of technologies. You are expected to develop an action plan to introduce improvements on current production system as well as adjustment in the business plan to sustain it based on the knowledge you gained from the course. For schools that are yet to implement a particular urban agriculture technology or a combination of technologies, you are expected to develop an action plan to set up and operate their choice of urban agriculture technology, including a business plan to sustain it based on the knowledge you gain from the course.
So this is the overall training process. We are here at our first day of training session at 28 February, and it will be going on until 20 March, the last training session. And then on 22 March, we will have the briefing about the assignment or student project, which is to develop an action plan, just like what Mariana has told us in our output. And then on the 23rd until 29 March, the students will have time to do the assignment, that is to develop the action plans. And at 30 March is the deadline for the assignment submission. Okay, so we will only have one week actually to do the assignment. So we hope that you can work hard and submit the final assignment. And then from 2nd until 6th April, the committee will evaluate your submissions, and based on that we will shortlist the team, and we will invite the shortlisted team on 12 or 13 April to do the online presentations to determine the winner of these competitions. And then on the 17th April we will announce the winner. And this is the training schedule. It is scheduled on every Tuesday and every Thursday at 14 o'clock until 16 o'clock Bangkok time, GMT +7, from 28 February until 22nd March. And then we are here at our first sessions. It is the online training orientation and also the introduction to the concept of principle of urban agricultures. And then we will have the session on aquaculture production technique and practice, which will be delivered by Dr. Nurbambang Utomo from IBB. And then the next material is solid organic waste management and composting. Also we will have hydroponics or aquaponics production techniques and practices, soil-based vegetable and fruit tree gardening, oyster mushroom production. And then after we have learned about all the technologies, we will learn a little bit about the business aspect on how to develop the business, agri-based business from all those technologies. And then in the end, we will have the documentation and reporting of best practice in urban agriculture, which is the guidelines on how to develop your action plans. Okay, and for this competition, we will have the student assignment, details and report template for the action plan will be given on 22nd March. So a team must develop an action plan on urban agriculture technology implementation and improvement. Once more, this is the end product that we expect from all of you at the end of this training, which is the action plan. For those of you who have implemented the urban agriculture technology, we want you to develop an action plan on what you have done and what you can do to improve the technology that you have implemented. And for those of you who haven't implemented technology, we want you to create an action plan on how can you implement these technologies in your schools. And then the team has about 1 week to develop that action plan from 23 until 29 March. And the team must submit the action plan by 30 March, and the shortlisted teams will be invited to have an online presentation. Okay, so this is there are a lot of certificate type here. So first of all, we will have the certificate of recognition, which will be given to the first, second, and third winners of this competition. Everyone will guide the team members and also the guiding teachers. And then the certificate of completions is for all participants who submitted the final assignment. And then certificate of appreciation. The certificate of appreciation here will be given to all instructors, actually invited speakers, and we will also invite you for those the participants who can share their experiences in implementing urban agriculture technology. Okay, so we invite you, the participant, when we have the specific topics that was given on that day. For example, the next session we will have session on aquaculture best practices. So we encourage all of you, the participants who have implemented the aquaculture technology, to also share, to create some short presentation, PowerPoint, maybe 3 or 4 slides on what you have done and what have you learned from it, and then share with us in the session. Okay. For those of you who have successfully conducted your sharing session, we will give the certificate of appreciation, the same certificate for the instructors and invited speakers. Okay. And then the last one is the certificate of recognition. Is for student or winners who can be a mentor and assisting their teacher in the future. Okay. Next is the student and teacher competition. The prizes. The first prize is 7 million rupiah, or around $525 per team. And then the second prize is 6 million. Third prize is 5 million. And Xiaomi Biotrop shall extend the technical assistance to the winning school who have successfully implemented their action plan. Okay, so we will give the continuous technical assistance for those of you who have adhered to follow the action plan that they have made. And then the funding supports come from Department of PSMK, Technical and Vocational Education, PSMK from Indonesia. Ministry of Education and Culture is pleased to support the following expenses to all local and international participants, which are the winners of each online workshop, to join their event on 6 until 12 May 2018 in Lombok, Nusa Tenggara Barat in Indonesia. Okay, so we invite all the winners to come to Lombok, and PSMK will be borne the registration fee to participate in the event, the accommodation for 4 nights, 5 days on 6 until 12 May, lunch, coffee break, dinner, and monetary prizes. But you will have to borne the air freight ticket by yourself, either it is by student parents or by the school itself. Okay, so only for the airplane ticket, but when you get there, everything will be arranged by the PSMK. And this is the participating rules. I think it is common for all online training. The participants come from countries across Southeast Asia and beyond, so please use the English as the communication language, and please use group chat to discuss issues related to the workshop only. Please use your private or personal chat to discuss your personal issues between members, and please avoid to discuss issues unrelated with the workshop activities. It's sometimes it's annoying for the other member of the group. And please avoid to share files, pictures, sticker, video unrelated to the workshop activities, and admin team have the right to kick or expel those who cannot follow the rules, and inform your coordinating teacher to terminate the participant in any Simio programs. So this is the rules for the group chat. I believe some of you have joined the group chat. So actually here we have two group chat for WhatsApp and for Telegram, and we invite only teacher to join our WhatsApp group, and those will be used for teacher related activities between Biotrop and your schools. And for this workshop, we invite all of you, the participants, to join in our Telegram group. The link can be accessed through the main website of this program, which is creativecamp.cma.org/workshop/urban agriculture. Okay, we will send all of this material. We will upload our material to this website. You can check it out later. And also the link for our WhatsApp group and also Telegram group is also in this link. Okay, so perhaps any question first on the orientation session before we begin our first lecture on Introduction to Urban Agriculture? Harus ini soalnya Pak apa? Bisa pakai ini. Bisa nggak ya? TS. Okay, any question?
Eta mau nanya apa, saya dengar cuma any question doang.
Kami yang bentuknya 2/2 ya. Karena ada 2 itu, yang satu yang 2. Jadi tampilinnya slideshow. Ini sebetulnya di situ ya? Iya. Sebetulnya di situ bisa?
Bisa Kak, lumayan gede Pak.
Kematian ya?
Ya, itu resikonya bisa kirim ke email, sama nanti yang bagian sesi Pak Edika dibikin slideshow.
Oh iya.
Yang bisa nggak dikirim dulu itu? Sehingga mereka bisa buka nggak?
Enggak, cuma tampilin. Nanti yang punya Bapak kan kita tampilin di demo kita.
Question from Mr. or Miss Delphi. Certificate of appreciation, is it given to the one who have done it at the school or something else? Okay, let me check first. Okay, certificate of appreciation is actually certificate for the instructor and invited speakers, but we invite all of you, the participants who have already implemented the urban agriculture technologies in their schools, to share their experiences in implementing them, and also the lesson learned and best practices on etc. Okay, so please share your experience during the topics given. The next day, tomorrow, we will have the session on aquaculture production techniques and practices. So we invite all of the schools here, the team that have implemented the aquaculture technology, to share their experiences. Please make a short PowerPoint presentation, just 3 or 4 slides is perhaps is enough, and you can share your experiences after our instructor giving the lectures. Okay, is it clear? Okay, we hope it is clear. And for the modules and presentation, will be uploaded later on after the session have finished to our main website here, creativecamp.simio.org, and then you can find the menu of workshop and urban agriculture. Then in there we will have all of our recording session and also the materials or PowerPoint PPT given. In 13 March, okay, in 30 March, this is a question from SMK Immanuel Pontianak. We want to ask in 13 March 2018, we must submit the proposal or we submit the project video. Okay, for the final output of this program, we expect you to develop the action plan. Okay, only the action plan. No, it is not necessary to create a project video. We will share the detail later on about the action plan format, what we expect to be there later on 22nd March. Okay. Certificate of recognition. Certificate of recognition will be given only to the winner of this competition. So that's it. You have to be the winner to get the certificate of recognition. And for everyone else who have submitted the final assignment, will be given the certificate of completion, like that. And then for those who have shared their experiences to us during the live session, we will be given the certificate of appreciation. So there are two certificates of recognition actually. This is the one, this will be given later on. So after the program finishes, then you will have the chance to implement your action plan to help building the urban agriculture technology in your schools and be a mentor for your fellow students and perhaps even to be the mentor of your teachers. So for those students who can be the mentor and assisting the teacher to develop the urban agriculture in their school will be given the certificate of recognition also. You can submit the online presentation by email.
Yeah,
by email. Okay, let me write that one. Okay, so for those of you who are willing to share your best practices, please send your PowerPoint first, at least day-1 to this email, riana@org, so we can prepare your presentation on the when the live session begin. Where we collect project, we will give the form later on. So we will give all the details about the final assignment project on 22nd March. Okay, so once again, for those of you who are willing to share your experiences on urban agriculture technologies, please send your short PowerPoint presentation to this email, riana@biotrop.org. Of course, you cannot, perhaps you cannot implement all of the technologies given on this online training course. Perhaps your school is not suitable for aquaculture technologies. That's okay. So you can just share your experience in another technologies. And on action plan, you just choose what technology is best suited for your schools based on your school condition and the environment and etc. So you have to choose what the technology is best suitable for your school. Oh, what happened with that email? This email is for sending the PowerPoint. So if you are willing to share your experiences on implementing the technologies of urban agricultures, please make short presentation about 3 or 4 slides is enough, and then send it to Mbak Riana through this email here, riana@biotrop.org, so we can prepare to display your presentation during the live session. What is an action plan? Well, we will talk about it later on 22nd March, so please be patient. Okay, please repeat the slide from number 1. We will upload the presentation and also the recording later on the website. So please take note of this website because you will get all of your material, all of your recording session in here, creativecamp.cmu.org. I think you have previously visited this website for registration, and now you can visit this again for the materials.
If you have a question, please text.
So if anyone have a question, you can text it through chat box here. Yes, you can, of course, Pak Subiantoro.
Kenapa nggak langsung nanyanya?
Kayaknya di mute Pak settingannya.
Oh, dari mana?
Dari Siamolek apa? Hostnya ini.
Oh.
Soalnya takutnya kalau bisa di unmute sendiri mereka.
Tanyakan.
Okay, so if there is no further question,
Jadi nanti saya ngomong maksudnya.
nanti bisa dibilang Pak dan Mas Ruli,
Ya, halo Mas.
Mas Ruli,
Ya.
the participants can unmute their voice.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so for the session perhaps mute all the participants.
Mungkin lebih jelas terus itu kan lebih jelas. Ya, lebih enak ceritanya. Yang lain bisa lihat juga. Bisa lihat pertanyaan itu juga.
Bisa.
Kalau di everyone Pak, ini kan ada yang apa? Send to host gitu, cuma kita yang lihat. Kalau dia sendnya to everyone semuanya bisa.
Itu kalau penulisnya.
Okay, so for the question, I think it's better to just send it to everyone so that everyone can see your question. Okay, there is a question from SMK Perikanan dan Kelautan Pugar. Thank you for your question. After we submitted our project, we are doing the presentation. And for the presentation, are we doing a meeting up in some place or are we doing it for online way? Do you mean for the sharing session or for the final presentation? For the sharing session, you can send the presentation to us and then you can deliver the presentation online through this Webex. For the final project, it's also the same. You will have 1 more week to develop the final presentation for the action plan, and you will present it from your place, just like this one. Okay, sorry sir, we can't hear you clearly, but okay. So we will upload the recording of this session later on onto the website, so you can always rewatch the session on the website. So don't worry. From Pak Subiantoro, it was stated that there are no hydroponics, aquaponic system. Oh, we have the hydroponics and aquaponic system.
Yes, we do have.
So here, as you can see, we will have the hydroponic and aquaponics production technique at 8 March. It will be delivered by Miss Yana here. So you can prepare your presentation and send your presentation on your experiences on implementing the hydroponics and send it to Miss Yana first. So if we're not winning the competition, are we still get the certificate? Yes, you will. You will have the certificate of completion if, only if you have submit the final assignment. Okay, so you have to submit the final assignment. And you can also get the certificate of appreciation if you have shared your experiences in implementing urban agriculture technologies. What do we need to add inside our action plan? Well, we will talk about the action plan later on 22nd March, so please be patient until then. Send on presentation, well, you can share what you have done in your school. You can share your photos perhaps on the implementation of the technologies and what you have learned from it. Is it a good one, or is it, even if it is fail, you can share with us, so the instructor on that session can give you some advice on how to improve your technologies. This training video will be shared on YouTube. Yes, we will be uploading this recording session and also the materials to the Creative Camp website. Okay. If you fail to collect the final assignment, unfortunately, you will not get the certificate of completion. Of course, you will be getting the knowledge that we have given on these sessions, but you will not get the certificate of completion. So make sure that you submit that final assignment. A deadline for the proposing an online presentation, deadline should be
check the training schedule.
Should be day -1. So for example, if you want to share your expertise on solid organic waste management, at least submit it to Miss Riana at 5 March, one day before the session. Okay, and you can only present the same topics as the session. So I mean, you cannot present the oyster mushroom in the hydroponic session because the expert is not there. So the purpose of that is that this expert here, our instructors, can give you some advice or perhaps comment on your technologies. Whether the online presentation schedule will be divided into several sessions? Yes. So what we're planning is, in one session here, we will have 2 hours, right? So 1 hour is for the instructor to deliver their materials, and then 1 more hours for the participant to share your experience and best practices on what you have done. It will be open discussion forum for 1 hour. Okay. Okay, so I hope that covers all of it. I hope you are clear with what we are going to do in this online training sessions. And so we'll start our first lecture. So we have Pak Irika here, who are ready to deliver his lecture on Introduction to Urban Agriculture. Mana tadi?
Taruh di bawah tadi, bukan ke pojok sana? Bukan. Bukan. Itu yang bawah. Yes.
Okay, so please welcome Pak Irika Mansur.
Duduk sini. Ya. Abang-abangnya di mana ini? Ini Pak. So, should I start now? So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dika Mansur, and I'm from Simeo Biotrop, and that is my contact address, my mobile, and also my email address. So you can contact me anytime you like. So today I would like to introduce to you about the concepts and principle of urban agriculture. Next. Okay, I would like to introduce Simeo Biotrop first for the first slide. Simeo Biotrop is the Southeast Asian Regional Center for Tropical Biology, and it is one of the center under the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization. It is located in Bogor, West Java, Indonesia. It was established on 6th of February established on 6th February 1968. That's why today is this year is our 50th anniversary. So actually for the last 3 days we have golden anniversary celebration. The task is to provide solution to critical problems related to tropical biology through research, training, and information dissemination. And problems related to food security and safety and environment are subjects for Simeo Biotrop to contribute to give solution, and urban agriculture is one of them. Schools become our strategic partners to implement and transfer knowledge and technology to students, because you are all our future generation, and community in general. Introduction to the urban agriculture. So according to Wikipedia, so I think information on urban agriculture will be huge in the internet. We can find many definition in there. Urban agriculture, also called urban farming or urban gardening, is the practice of cultivating, processing, and distributing food in or around a village, town, or city. So in the Wikipedia, village is also included there. And according to FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, urban and peri-urban agriculture, or UPA, is the growing of plants and the raising of animals within and around cities. So according to FAO, it is limited to cities. And then from the mission of Urban Farming ORG, I think this is an organization, interesting organization for urban agriculture. Establishment of gardens on unused land and space while increasing diversity, raising awareness of health and wellness, and inspiring and educating youth, adults, and seniors to create an economic sustainable system. So it includes many things, not as simple as the other two. And we know that urban agriculture is gaining increasing interest in the Southeast Asia and also in the world for food security and safety in the cities, and reducing carbon emission from distribution of food from villages to cities. Well, concept of urban agriculture, we know that cities are far from the production field. So usually vegetable and the highland take many hours to be transported to the city. And then also in the city, limited land and space, light, and also water. And people are very busy and not enough time for gardening. And also some unemployment, and biodiversity is low, high production of wastes, especially for organic materials. So start from far from production field. So what happened with the urban agriculture? You know that when the production is far, there is a distance, so the food, vegetables should be transported from where it is produced to the city. And of course there will be a carbon emission from the food distribution. And then also in the city, usually traffic jam from market to the house, also big emission of carbon there. And then freshness of the vegetables. So when we buy vegetable, because it's a long distance of transportation, very common that we don't find fresh vegetables and also fruits actually, and could not control farming practices. We never know. The city people, they never know how actually the vegetables that they eat has been produced. Are they excessive of pesticides, fertilizers, and also because the farmer need to do that to maximize production so that they can make income. But it is very dangerous for us because we can, it means that we also consume the remaining pesticide and fertilizers, and so it become unhealthy food. And urban agriculture brought healthy and fresh fruits and vegetables right to the kitchen because it's only outside the door, or even sometimes we can produce it within the building. So it is less or no emission. And limited land and space, light and water. This needs creativity, and I'm sure that you young people, usually that you have a very high creativity. You can make many things to combine to produce vegetables. That's why we in this training you will be trained or will be informed about the basic techniques that you can improve by yourself. So housing in the cities are commonly very dense with limited land and space, but they still have walls and fences and also roofs that we can do the farming. And later other lecturers will inform you about that. And light is often blocked. Well, I miss my ED by buildings and trees. So it's not enough light, and some plants they need direct sunlight, otherwise they cannot produce well. So this is thing that we need to think about. And then water is also limited and usually bought from a water company, belong to the state or private. So water becomes very expensive. We have to water it all the time. And knowledge, technology and creativity are needed to deal with the limitation above. And planting fruit trees and vegetables in containers, hydroponic, aquaponic, verticulture, fertigation, mushroom production for heavily shaded space, some of the example of technique that we can do agriculture, urban agriculture. And also using clean and safe wastewater. How come wastewater is still clean and safe? You know that sometimes we just wash our hand and then the water just go to the drain. But actually that kind of water can be used, especially for Muslim. You do ablution 5 times a day. The water actually still can be used to water our plants. Next. This is example of hydroponics. This is our facility in Sima Biotrop. If any one of you want to learn, you can come to Biotrop and you can stay for some days and learn how to make this, or invite Ibu Riana to go to your schools. Next. This is example of some of our school partners. After training hydroponic, they implement in their schools. You see the construction actually need creativity there. Depend on the space available in your schools or in the city under your house. And in the above, in the right, yes, in the right there, you can see there are some bottles that are used to grow vegetables. Next. And this is catfish farming. Catfish is very easy to grow. We can harvest within 1.5 months using a plastic seed like that. So the shape of the pond depending on the space available. Even if you have a small space between houses, you can just put the plastic there, and then you can put your catfish there. And you are not only in Biotrop, we can teach you not only how to grow the catfish, but how to process the catfish. So it can be sold. We consume it directly. I mean, for to be used by yourself. I mean, for our family, or sometimes we can sell it. The catfish can be sold, or we can process it first in our kitchen to become nuggets, and then what's that?
Chips.
Yeah, chips, catfish crisps, and then also the other one is smoked fish. But you have to, you have to have a place to make the smoked fish, otherwise your neighbor will complain. And this is the mushroom. Mushroom growth doesn't need light intensity, so even in the dark, mushroom can grow like this. This is also available in Simio. You can see in the picture that students from different schools regularly visited Simio Baitrop to do internships, to grow mushroom, producing catfish. And I hope that your school can come to our facility sometime. Next. People are busy and not enough time for gardening. This is in the cities like that. But you know that in the city, infrastructure is very good, especially electricity in the city very good. That's why it is possible to make automatization. Yeah. So for example, our partner school, they create an equipment. We train them how to grow mushroom, and then they make equipment that or monitor, sensor if the humidity, there is a humidity reduction, then the spray will on by itself, and also if the temperature too high. So even if people are going to the office, everything will operate by itself. And then selecting the right system of growing and right vegetable plant species. So if you are very busy, then we have to select the right species that not very demanding. This is part of the creativity. So you need to learn from the internet what kind of species, vegetable species that is easy to grow. Next one. Because we are coming from how many countries here? 4 countries, from Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Thailand. So I don't know what is the favorite, most popular vegetable crops in your country. So you know better than me. And then also unemployment. You know that the job in the city usually formal one. So they need certain degree of education and also retire in a certain age. So there will be unemployment there. So urban agriculture could create job, income, by selling products, selling the equipments. By making the hydroponic system, they can sell the system, and also consultation work. So for example, one family want to establish the hydroponic, so you can be the consultant from that family. And then people are working not far from their house or apartment. So by doing urban agriculture, actually we don't need to go far, because vegetables are just around the house. Less stress caused by traffic jam. Next. And biodiversity is low. Yeah, the city are usually biodiversity is low. By urban agriculture, we can increase biodiversity of the city through planting of various vegetable crops. Next. High production of waste, especially organic materials, and this become a big problems in any cities actually. Because there is no space to dispose, and also the limited trucks and workers to dispose the waste, to pick up the waste from house to house and dispose it to the disposal area. Create bad smells and invite nasty animals and insects that may cause diseases to the community. And in urban agriculture, organic waste is very precious. It would be processed into compost and used for growing media of vegetables. This is the example. Yes, of course, this is not the perfect example for what I said, because the space is so big. But actually, it can be the size of the composting bin can be. It really depend on the waste that are produced house per house. So no need to be big like that. Otherwise, if some community they gather together and decide to make a joint waste management like this, So they just peel it like this and then sieving, so they can make the compost, the fine one, put in the plastic bags. We can use it directly, or we can sell the compost to others. Next, if we have excessive production. Principle of the urban agriculture, we can also follow the reduce, reuse, recycle, safe and healthy system, biodiversity, and changing some shade tree species with fruit tree species. Next. So reduce means to reduce the quantity of waste that should be disposed by composting the organic waste. So the waste is only a plastic, and so the amount is not as big when the organic waste are included there. Next. Reuse. Then if we use pots and then poly bags, make sure that choose the thick poly bags so that we can reuse it again and again. So it will save our environment too. And also to use plastic pipes to construct hydroponic system. Next. Recycle. Some species of vegetables use only some part of them, and the leftover could be replanted. So we don't need to buy, no need to buy seeds. Like chili, for example, when the mother cook chili, just leave the seeds, then we can grow again the seeds, and eggplants and etc. And then organic waste for compost, newspaper, tissue papers could be recycled and processed into pots and could be used for growing vegetables. And use bottles. Bottle for you can check in the internet. Just type bottle hydroponics. You can see so many creation of bottle hydroponics. So many different construction, interesting ones. So this is your time to explore and to produce your own creation, and also verticulture. Next. Safe and healthy system. Yes, hydroponic. Because water is there and some stay, the water is there, and it could invite mosquitoes to lay eggs in the system and become the breeding place for the mosquito, and this is dangerous. That's why cleanliness and regular observation is needed. Biodiversity and changing some shade tree species with fruit tree species. Well, usually in the city we only care about ornamental plants, ornamental trees. Replacing some ornamental plants with various kinds of vegetables, crops could be the same interest, and it's also interesting, also nice, but also, we can make use of the plant. And replacing some shading trees with some fruit tree species. So in the city there are many big trees to make it, to give shade, but actually we can change that species with fruit trees, so that it is giving shade what we need, but also producing fruit trees that is important for our health. So it's conclusion that urban agriculture could help city people to get fresh and healthy food with low carbon emission. And urban agriculture could promote healthy life awareness, and urban agriculture need creativity to utilize limited land, space, light and water. Thank you very much. If there is any question?
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to share?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody want to share experience how to do urban agriculture.
I think there is a question from Delphi. Excuse me, sir. I would like to ask, what is the correlation of unemployment and urban gardening? I think it's already.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So to work in the city, usually you have to have a qualification, right? So if you don't have qualification, I mean, if people do not have qualification, so they become unemployment. They don't have income. By urban agriculture, they can make, they can produce vegetables, fruits in their around the house, and then they can sell the product. I think that's the, for example, they can sell the products and then selling the equipments and also consultation work. That's why urban agriculture potentially create job like that. Yeah.
Thank you, Pak. And then this is from SMK Immanuel Pontianak. I want to ask something about urban agriculture. It's talking about how we can make new innovation using pipe to make hydroponic system, or we must make hydroponic gardening.
Yeah, that's just an example. Hydroponic is not necessarily using. Usually they use pipe. Also they use apa namanya, talang air itu apa sih Inggrisnya? Drain pipe ya. What do you call that? For
Roof drainage.
yeah, so like a roof drainage, just like this pipe like this in this picture. They use pipe like this, and if, for example, in the house they reconstruct a new one, or they want to throw away the used one, just use that to construct the hydroponic system rather than just waste them and throw them away. And also sometimes when people are constructing a house, there are some leftover of the pipe, so we can pick them up and then make hydroponic like this. This is talking about the pipe, the used pipe.
And then from Delphi, is there any special techniques for doing urban agriculture?
Yes, certainly. That's what I said, that urban agriculture are limited by three things. First is space. The second one is the light, because it could be blocked by other building. And the third one is the water, because usually in the city you have to buy water, not like in this structure. And also you can arrange the bottle, the waste bottle with the vegetable plants in the wall as well. The wall facing the sun. So that's the best place for the vegetable, growing vegetable.
Thank you, Pak. The next one is from Saki Chandra. How to start urban agriculture? I have planned to make a hydroponic garden at my house, but I just couldn't start. Do you have a solution to my problem?
Right. Well, actually, for the detailed techniques, Ibu Riana will give you the class on that, right? Step by step will be given by Ibu Riana in when, Pak? When would be? Hydroponic on the 8th, yeah? 8th of March, right? Yeah, in the 8th of March, Ibu Riana, our hydroponic specialist will teach you how to do hydroponic step by step, including the solution. But I can tell you, at the moment, the solution we can buy from the shop, the agriculture shop. We call it the AB mix, right? The AB mix. But now in Biotrop, we are still experimenting how to make solution from the liquid organic fertilizer from compost. Yes, yeah, we are still working on it.
You have to find the right time.
Yes.
To make a decision to start.
Yes, and you have to make the right time to make the decision to start. But I think you have to do it as soon as possible. As soon as
Weekend.
Yeah, during the weekend. As soon as what I can tell you now, just read, check in the internet about hydroponics. Then on the 8th of March, Miss Riana will give you the training. Then you can ask her many questions. And then the next weekend, you have to start.
So you have to attend that.
Yeah, so you have to attend the training. Yeah. Don't miss it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, is anybody want to share experience on hydroponics? But sharing would be later. Yeah, yeah. Sharing would be later. Okay, Pak. But we have to go back to the celebration-nya 5.
Okay, is there any more questions? You can send it in the chat now. Okay. There is a question from
Oh,
Rini.
Rini.
Yeah. Could we plant the flower by using hydroponic in this project?
I would love, yeah, I love you to keep that question. Then Puriana can answer that question well. Yeah, I'm so sorry about it because for the technical, then our expert will give you the right answer for that. Yeah. Yeah, tanaman hias. Yeah, tanaman hias. Okay.
Okay, is there any more questions?
I just want to add some. Are you sure?
First, would you like to give some overview on what to put in action plan later on?
Okay, later on.
We discussed that already.
No. Itu, is there any difference? Itu ada Pak? Ada pertanyaan.
Is there any difference between hydroponics and aquaculture? Question from
Okay.
Charles.
Yes. So hydroponic actually this is to grow plants without any media. Sorry, without soil media. So it's only water that are in the water. We already put some nutrients for essential for the plants, and the water will irrigate the plant regularly. But aquaculture, in the other hand, aquaculture is a technique to grow fish. So this is a different thing. But now we have aquaponic. Aquaponic means combination between growing fish and growing vegetable in one system. So in the top of the pond, in the pond we grow the fish, and then from the pond, then the water will be pumped up to water the vegetables. So we can get 2 products in one system, and that will be explained by Dr. Nur Bambang later on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then another question from Ms. Aprilia Rahayu is also on hydroponic subject. So we have hydroponic in our school, but there are still some problems, like we don't know how to sell except another school customer. Can you guys give us the inspiration?
Right. Yes, this is interesting, and there will be explained by Bu Vivi later on too. But you know that when we plant hydroponic plants, we know that when it will be harvested, right? So 1 week before, we have to inform the families, I mean the parents, the parents of the students in our school, in your school, who are interested to buy the vegetable. So actually in the day of harvesting, then the student will take that product and to take them home, and that is the easiest one. Like what we do in Simeo Biotrop, Ibu Riana always email to all staff that when we will harvest our kangkung or our bayam or or sawi itu apa ya, cabbage ya, our white cabbage, also lettuce ya, also lettuce, then we will order through that email and we never have problem with that. And actually we can also expand that to the media, to the community, using our social network. Our students, also teachers, can help with that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So another question on hydroponics. So how if we want to make hydroponics but we don't have enough money? Are it needed so much money, or we can make use of some property?
Right. Yes. If you see in the picture, yes, these are expensive. It need in Indonesia, you need 1 million, 1 million or about $100 US. Yeah, $100 US, one construction. But you can always reduce the cost by, for example, using bamboo. But you can also use bottle. As I said, just open in the internet and then check bottle hydroponics. Maybe you just go to the waste shop. I mean, there are some people usually gathering some used bottle, and you just buy from them. That's very cheap, and then just use for hydroponic. It is very possible. Yeah. Yeah, but I want hydroponic. You make some vertical rice field. Yes, that's right. Is it possible we make some vertical rice field? Yes, it is possible. And usually because the cost is slightly higher than in the rice field, some people in Indonesia, they grow Japanese rice using hydroponic in the vertical like that. I just met with one of the farmer. He is actually an expert on hydroponic, and he plants rice using hydroponic vertically. And they said that 1 kilogram of the rice is $4 compared to the normal rice that's only 50 cents. Yeah, that's the difference. And then
from Eden, we have no aqua or hydro activities yet in our school. We are excited to learn more about this technology on agriculture.
Jadi yang di atasnya masih ada Bu Aprilia Rahayu. There are some products that must sell them soon. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, the key is actually we have to market the vegetable 1 week before we harvest. If we market them right on the day of harvesting, it is possible that some of them cannot be sold, or maybe overgrown, that not interesting anymore. Yeah, and then from Eden Trinidad, we have no aqua or hydro activities yet in our school. We are excited to learn more about the technologies on urban agriculture. Yes, thank you very much, and I'm sure that you will get many things, interesting things for the next few days from our expert. And then what is the good material for hydroponic system? Well, this really depends on the purpose of the hydroponic and also the availability of funding. If you have a big money, then you can construct the hydroponic like the picture in the left there. So many, it's very nice, isn't it? But that's expensive. But if you have limited amount of money, then we can use the simple one. And actually, which one is the good materials? Yeah, I think there are many different, but I think this is the most common one. The drainage pipe, and also there are square. Also the drainage pipe, the shape is square. There are also something like that we can use. And then in my school, we've tried to plant some bottle hydroponic, but we get not enough light, so it is fail. Yes, that's right. If you don't have enough light, then the most possible one is try to find the suitable vegetable that can grow in the low light. If you are in Indonesia, we have one species, what we call it katuk. Katuk very shade tolerant, and also there are some vegetable called pohpohan, for example. But I'm not sure what kind of species that are available in other country that are shade tolerant. So, for example, if you plant tomatoes in the shade area, that's you will not get any fruits there, and there will be some etiolation happen. And then,
can we combine biofloc system with hydroponic system?
right. We combine biofloc with aquaponic system, not with hydroponic system. Yes, we have demonstrated that biofloc with higher population, high density of catfish, it can improve the growth of the vegetable in the aquaponic system. Yes, certainly it is possible, and it's better using biofloc because the nutrients are more for the plant. And also we have composting system, but we still have problem too. How to be consistent to get the first material like vegetables left over, and the biggest trouble is the bad smell. Okay. Professor Arif Sabtoyono will tell you how to make compost without smell, because it's also practiced in his house, and I can see that there is no smell there. And also in Biotrop we have some box of composting system, and no, there is no smell, bad smell like that. Professor Arif will tell you more clearly about that. Then
does hydroponics plants have limitation in terms of nutrients?
But does hydroponic plant have limitation in terms of nutrients? Well, for hydroponics, actually there are some commercial formulation of nutrients that is that is the product of a long experiment. That's why we can use it, and I think there should be no nutrient problem for the plant. And then it is katuk or kartuk. It is katuk, K-A-T-U-K. Okay, so you can type in the internet K for kilo, A for alpha, and then T for tango, U for uniform, and K again for kilo. And then you will find the scientific name, or if you are from other country, then you have to type your country. Your country.
Star gooseberry.
Yeah?
Star gooseberry.
Star gooseberry? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. So it's also called star gooseberry. Yeah, you can find it in the internet. The pictures is also there, so you can see what it is named in your country.
And it's mostly popular for nursing mom, I think.
Yes, that's very good for the nursing mom, because from SMK Emmanuel Pontianak. So can we get the PowerPoint? Yes, certainly you can. And then can we plant rice in the greenhouse? Yes, certainly. Yes. We can plant rice in the greenhouse. Yes, certainly we can. But you need a very big greenhouse to be able to produce enough rice for us. And then based on explanation, okay, urban agriculture can recycle waste such as plastic, but what kind of recycle process with using tissue paper? Right. For the plastic, for the tissue paper, you can soak it in the water and then mix with a glue, and then made from the starch, from the cassava starch, and then you can shape them into pots and then dry them, so you will get a pot from paper. And is that possible only for seed germination? No, it can be used to grow your plant actually. And yeah, okay. Answer already. From where we can get the katuk seed or how to plant it in bottle hydroponic. Katuk can be, usually people plant katuk from the cutting. So you just cut the stem. If you want to grow in the bottle hydroponic, just cut the stem and then put the stem in the water. And it will start producing roots and it will grow. It's very simple. It's easy to grow. Right?
Shrub bukan, kalau shrub itu menjadi
Ya menjadi tinggi, tapi kan
so
nanti
it's not in the hydroponic. It
Yeah.
has to be soil.
in the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, kalau in the bottle, yeah, it is a tall shrub. So make sure you don't plant it in the hydroponic system in the like what we saw in the pipe, but you can grow it in the bottle, the high bottle. Yeah, on or pots actually. And
I think this one below also about why fruit can be grown in hydroponic techniques.
why fruit can be right. Yes, we can. For example, melon has been grown by using hydroponic, and also tomatoes, eggplants, watermelon. Yes, we can grow using hydroponic. Oh itu ya, itu ada pertanyaan. Ada di atas lagi. What obstacle that we will meet when we use hydroponic? Obstacle that we will meet if the electricity in your place is not stable, because the water should be pumped. Irrigation is by pumping regularly. So if it is stopped, then your plant will dry. So make sure that the electricity is okay. And then when the hydroponic plant have overdose, no, actually the plant will not overdose, because they will not like us. We want to eat everything, but for the plant they will only pick some nutrient that they need and leave the rest in the water and pump back to the container. So don't worry. Make pot from paper, but if we use printed paper, okay. Yeah, that's make pot paper from printed paper. Yes, we have to check in the. We have to find information how safe is the ink for the newspaper, and also the one that we use for printing our document. We have to find out about that. And Professor Arif will answer your question later on. When we start to run the system, okay, what the problem? We want to make aquaponic too. The particular kind of fish is needed. Yeah, the most important thing is that we can get fish that can grow in the not clean water, and also in the not the very clean water, because usually and also less oxygen. So usually we use catfish, and then snakehead fish, and also snakehead fish, and what else? Tilapia. So these three species are okay for aquaponic bio, and also for biofloc. And then what the problem appear when we start to run the system of hydroponic? What tool we need? What plant we can plant actually in other place? Have hot temperature different with. Oh, okay. Well, it's really depend on. Well, the equipment is very simple. Actually, it will be explained by Buriana later on. But it is simple. You just need saw to cut things, and then knife. And that's it actually. That's the tools that you need. And then about the plant, yes, it is true. If your school are on the highland, it is better to choose the highland plants. But if you are in the lowlands, you have to make sure to grow the lowland one. Next. But there are some highland species that already adapted to the lowland condition. What about, okay, sama itu Pak. Okay. I will asking something, how to make it. Wow. This interesting question. I think I will not answer that question and I will leave it to you. So to become your creativity, and that will become the prize for you when you can solve that problem. Buriana will show you the principle of hydroponic. Then you can see the part of electronics ways that can be used for hydroponic. And then can you mention the fishes again, please? Okay. Fish is catfish or lele. And then snakehead fish atau gabus, ikan gabus. And then the other one is tilapia or tilapia is mujahir or nila, sorry. And then I want to ask for hydroponic or school already tried but always fail. Is there any solution for that? Yes, no problem. You can either come to our center to learn, or you can invite Ibu Riana. So Buriana will fly to your school and see what is the problem there and give you the solution. Okay. Okay, so we have orchid garden too, but we still don't know how to minimize the pests. That's so difficult. Okay, and to create the serabut kelapa. Well, you can change the serabut kelapa with wood. Actually, you can try the wood. But for the pest for orchid garden, I have to ask the expert and get back to you sometime. Yeah. Sorry about that, because I'm not the expert on pests and diseases, so I don't want to give you a wrong answer. Next. Then. Yeah. Okay, so actually, type of urban agriculture really depend on your purpose and resources that you have. So it's no need to be the same as what you see in the picture, but you can make a creativity from the material that you see or the construction that you see. Maybe you can replace with other material available in your area. And then also it needs creativity. That's why in this challenge, actually creativity will be one of the criteria. Yeah, we have to make the urban agriculture more interesting, because in the city, amenity or beauty is something. So we have to consider about that too. Right. What kind of vegetable that can be used in biofloc system? Well, actually, you can use any vegetable species that can be used for hydroponic. We have tried kangkung, for example, kangkung, and also even okra. Even okra, we already tried with biofloc and aquaponic system. Cabbage, yeah, cabbage also. Cabbage, lettuce, carrot, biofloc. Ya. Bisa. Ya, kailan also can be. Okay. Okay, so you can go back to the main building, to the okay. So thank you very much, everyone. You can always email me or even send me message through WhatsApp. Then we'll see you again sometime. This one more question. Okay, don't worry. Puriana will answer all those problems later on. So be there. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Oke ya, saya kembali ke sana ya.
Siap, Pak. Terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih banyak, Mas.
Terima kasih banyak, Pak.
Terima kasih.
If possible, can we move the seminar presentation of the part to 7 or 9 karena saya mau mendampingi Puriana on March 8.
Ya, 9 itu hari apa?
9 is Friday. 7 is Wednesday.
Okay.
Apa yang lebih?
That's fine. Jangan 9 kalau begitu. Sebenarnya saya tadi bikin janji untuk
7 saja.
7 saja.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much everyone who have joined. What an interesting day, and I see that you are very enthusiastic and because so many questions, especially on hydroponics, right? But please remember that we also have a lot of other technologies that can be explored, that can have a better impact for your schools. And please also remember that tomorrow we will have our second session on aquaculture production. So we encourage all of you who have practiced and implemented the aquaculture production in your school to create a short presentation, 3 or 4 slides on your experiences and best practices on aquaculture, and send it to Ms. Riana so you can present it tomorrow. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for coming. See you again tomorrow. See ya.
See you, sir.